My name is Tonia Martinez, and I am the founder of Career Transformations, a new outplacement provider focusing on collaborating with small to mid-sized business owners that have a slim to no HR presence and need outplacement support from beginning to end. Our team of consultants will help them manage the change they're going through from an HR, legal, and compliance perspective, but we also support them from a finance and benefit perspective as well, because those benefits are critical elements when departing individuals from organizations. And finally, our team of coaches and executive coaches will work with our clients, departing employees and existing employees, to help them through this change while strengthening them to be their best. And today I'd like to introduce Ramsey Ringo with Ramsey Ringo Coaching, a new consultant with the Outplacement Program. And Ramsey is certified from the International Coach Federation and a Hudson Institute certified ACC coach. She brings over 20 years in global sales with top clients like Amazon, Costco, and Home Depot, and others. And Ramsey is a world-class solution finder with an ability to help people identify the best in themselves and really recognize their value, and teaches them how that is aligned into their career path. So I'm excited to be working with Ramsey and welcome you with open arms to this new outplacement program. And I'd love for people to get an opportunity to learn more about Ramsey. And so we'll get started with that. And I guess the first question I have, Ramsey, is what inspired you to be part of this outplacement program?
Thank you, Tonia. Thank you so much for having me, being part of your program, and leading with that question. I'm inspired by people who want to affect more good in the world, whether that is in a small way, one-on-one, or the ripples that go out from there, or bigger visions, bigger strategy. And so you and your organization really exemplify that. You're working with organizations, you're working with individuals, you're helping to connect career coaches like me with individuals who are at a place of pivot and looking to bring more good into their careers, into their leadership, into their next thing, and always into their personal lives, because certainly those two are always connected.
For sure. Thanks. And why don't you take a moment to share a little bit about your background and your coaching business, Ramsey Ringo Coaching?
Thank you. Let's see, as you mentioned, I was in global sales for a couple of decades. And as a salesperson, it was always most important to me to establish a values-driven, trust-based relationship, where problem solving was at the root of the relationship between my company and whether it was Amazon or Costco or Nordstrom or Home Depot. And so the decades in global sales, while they aligned with my skills and my strengths and my personal values, I knew there was more. And I took a professional pivot and did a year of learning and became a career coach, so that I could take those same skills and strengths and apply them one-on-one to really empower individuals to find what's inside of them, grow it, take it out there into the professional world. I work with clients who are at pivots, whether it's coming right out of university, where you've been a great student your whole life, but you don't quite know the language of the real world, or even at the other end of the trajectory, people who are working into retirement, creating their own brand post this sort of professional time. And then at all of the other pivots, growing into a better manager, growing into a new job, looking for a new job when that wasn't what you expected. Those are all really significant pivots in my clients' lives. And the other theme is a theme of good. My clients, as I mentioned before, want to affect more good in small, medium, and large ways. And we keep that at the core of our work together. So that's something that in their next job is central.
Awesome. Thank you. And what do you feel makes you successful in coaching others?
Coaching is such a personal endeavor, and therefore trust is at its core. I am a very good listener. I'm a very good problem solver and partner. And I take a lot of time and focus at the front end of my coaching relationships to be sure that those are established so that my clients and I can then work in a pretty straight line to get them where it is that they want to be, where they need to be, where we've determined in our work is a good place for them to be. And along that route, I'm a fabulous accountability partner. I'm not a friend. I'm not a spouse. I'm not a colleague. I can hold up a mirror that helps to be sure that my clients do end in the space where they need to be, where they want to be. And along that road, I always help them to identify, find, and then open new windows and doors that weren't expected, but that really do sit well with who they are professionally and personally.
Great, that's awesome. And share with us the types of certifications and trainings that you've acquired along the way.
Sure. Let's see. I am a Hudson Institute trained and certified coach. The Hudson Institute there are many coaching organizations in the US and actually around the world. The Hudson Institute is, if not the first one, they literally have written a textbook on coaching. Their training was extensive. The methodology that I learned and that I use as my framework is of the highest caliber. And then layered on top of that is my ICF, my International Coaching Federation certification, which is a worldwide organization. And it just assures that the coaches who have that certification have knowledge, have skills, have ethics. And that's something that we continue to be. There's a renewal. There's every 3 years, there's further learning. In addition, I'm in a coaching supervision group and rely on them to continue my learning and to be a resource and a network. And then as an aside, I'm a certified restorative justice facilitator, which doesn't relate specifically to my coaching, although the skills overlap, and I'm very proud of the work that I do in the restorative justice community.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Love all of the additionals that you bring to the table. I think that organizations, they look for these, and individuals look for these certifications and trainings that you bring to help them. And lastly, what's a common theme that you see in why people select you as their coach?
The people who select me as their coach are ones who are hesitant to want to need a coach. So that's a little counterintuitive, but the clients who end up working across the table, across the Zoom with me are the smartest, most capable. They're uber successful, and they've gotten to a stage in their lives where they are perplexed. They're perplexed about something that's occurred at work, something that hasn't occurred at work, a place where they are that was unexpected. And that feels frustrating for them. And together we take that sort of scrambled ball of yarn and we untangle it. We get the gems out of there and we use those as the guides for the next steps. So yeah, in summary, super smart, super capable, very successful, and yet at a place of frustration. So we work to unravel that and really create a map and a path forward that feels aligned with who they are.
That's exciting. Thank you for sharing. Ramsey, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. You know, finding a coach that is a good fit for ourselves is important. And when your organization partners with Career Transformations, you have a team of professionals and certified coaches that are invested in helping your employees and your organization be greater. And regardless if they're exiting the organization or not, if you're looking for support for your employees and do not have the time or the resources to coach them internally, please reach out to us directly to set up a consultation. You could reach me by email at info@careertransformationsdenver.com. You can check out the website at www.careertransformationsdenver.com. Thank you so much, Ramsey.
Thank you, Tonia.